All right, guys, let's get started. So you should be able to see me. I've never used this feature before. Do me a favor. Do you see that at the top? Awesome. Okay, guys, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to forget what you know about getting digital marketing clients, okay? And like the picture says, for those of you that are from the UK, keep calm and forget it. Just forget what you know, right? You might think that you got to do paid ads or you got to do a whole bunch of cold calling. I can guarantee you that no one is doing this stuff I'm about to show you, and no one is teaching this stuff either. And the reason for that is because I essentially invented it. Not to toot my own horn, but what you're going to see today is something that I actually started in 2013 and led me up until today, where there's very few people who are actually utilizing this system in the exact same way. So keep calm, forget what you know, or you're going to learn something completely different. Just have an open mind and make sure to take notes. This training is for you if you know a bit about digital marketing and you want to break into doing it for clients, right? So you already do SEO for affiliates or affiliate sites or something like that. Or you've tried getting clients, but you hate cold calling, hard selling, and meeting prospects in person, right? That's considered outbound prospecting, which we'll get to in a moment. This training is for you if you already sold a couple of clients, but you're struggling to get consistent new sales that come to you, which is considered inbound. And last but not least, you want to spend $0 to literally only $10 a month and get endless leads that need your services. All right. If any of those were you, then you're in the right spot. All right. Stick around. So who am I? A little bit, some of you don't know who I am. I won't talk about myself for more than 30 seconds, so just bear with me. My name is Lior, and I stumbled into client marketing by accident, actually. So the way it got started was I dropped out of school, I quit my job, I moved out of my parents' house all at the same time, and I was stuck wondering how I'm going to survive. I was living in this basement apartment by myself with no cash. So I literally went to Google, was how to make money online, and I stumbled upon people doing all sorts of things. And then my buddy told me, hey, I sell ebooks on Amazon. And what you do is you get people to write these books for you. And what you can do is you can rank these books on Amazon. You can get people to buy them on their Kindle, and you make money from it. Amazon will pay you every month. So I was like, whoa, that's awesome. I started doing it, and I noticed that I was able to game the Amazon ranking algorithm really, really quickly. So I started to do that as a service for other authors and other people in the business. And then I realized, wow, I can do this on Google too. I'm going to start offering it to local businesses. I didn't even know that agencies existed and all these big companies that already did SEO or PPC, but I was learning it, and I was getting people to pay me for doing it. And then I started to think, okay, where else am I going to get clients? And that's what this presentation is all about. And ever since I did that, it's allowed me to go out and travel. These are some of my pictures from Thailand and underwater in Bali and skydiving. It's allowed me to live the life of travel, of pretty much being able to do whatever I want because it's remote. People are paying you upfront in cash. And yeah. And of course, this is me right now, not in that place because of the fire alarm issue we just spoke about. But yeah, now I'm able to work on a couple projects I love because of that. So what can you expect out of this training? Well, the first thing is no fluff, right? A lot of these trainings come in, you fluff you up for 20 minutes, and then they give you 2 pieces of value. No fluff, all right? We're gonna go over a lot of value, and we're gonna talk about how you can actually start landing these clients yourself without competition, without worrying about where your next paycheck is gonna come from. So I'm going to show you exactly how you can build a 6-figure client-based business with a small number of clients who all come to you. All right. So remember, these clients are mainly coming to you. You could get some that you actually do a little bit of outbound. We'll go over that. And yeah, the reason why it's client-based is because we're not doing anything on our own website. We don't even need a website for this, actually. We're going to show you what kind of platforms and profiles you do need. But yes, no websites, no SEO, no affiliate stuff. You're getting people to actually pay you for your marketing services. All right. If you're not comfortable with that, then you're probably not in the right place. After watching this webinar, you're going to have profitable leads that will be coming to you consistently. They come to you. You're going to be able to add $20,000 in yearly income from each new client. Why is that? Because if they pay you $1,000 to $2,000 per month, and over the course of a year, you're adding $20,000 for every client you land. You'll have prospects choose you even if you never sold something. And you'll be able to get in front of prospects that are actively searching for your type of digital marketing services. All right, actively searching is a very important part of this, and you'll understand why in just a second. And I'm not a huge fan of like showing off these screenshots. Here's one client paying me $2,000 per month. Okay. Here's another one for $1,000 per month. $3,150. Yeah, am I going a bit too fast, John? All right, guys, I hate doing this stuff. So if you're ready to move on, let me know in the chat and we will move on because I have a lot more where these came from. Okay, good. Thanks, Dan. So all of this can be replicated without cold calling or hard selling, having to spend a ton of time or money, or even $0. I'll show you how to do this for free in prospecting. You also never had to have worked with previous marketing clients in the past, right? And it sounds crazy, but I'll show you how you're able to do that as well. And you never have to meet anyone in person ever. I think out of the dozens of clients I've worked with over the past few years, I've maybe met one because he happened to be in my local city, and another one was like a family friend. You don't have to meet people in person. And last but not least, you don't have to be a master at what you're selling. Meaning you don't have to be the best SEO, the best web designer, the best AdWords guy, Facebook ads guy. You don't have to be that because you have a lot of options at your disposal. You just need to know more than the person that you are selling to. All right. So it's not because I'm a genius that I was able to figure this out. I just asked myself two simple questions. Where can I go to find people actively searching for digital marketing services? Okay, they're actively searching. The second question is, how can I get in front of these business owners' faces and have them choose me? All right, so where do I find these people that are looking for SEO in my example? And how can I get in front of their face and say, hey, choose me, not the other person? And before I get to the answers to those questions, I want to ask if this is you. Have you ever spent a ton of time and money trying prospecting methods that don't work? Give me a yes in the chat box or a 1 or something if that's the case. Or have you tried Facebook ads to get clients but nothing? Are you afraid of picking up the phone to bother business owners with cold calling and try to sell them something? Or maybe you definitely take on recurring income clients if they came to you, but you don't feel like you can compete with massive agencies. Or you don't understand, or you do understand it takes money to make money with clients, but you don't want to take the risk without a clear step-by-step process. Okay. I see some people said, I love cold calling. Good. If that's for you, then it works and then stick with it. Right? But it takes a lot of time and it can be demotivating, right? If you answered yes and the chat was absolutely blowing up to any of those questions, then you're still in trouble. The reason is because if you sit all day sifting through Google trying to find prospects, how much time are you going to waste? Or even if you have a budget to spend on trying ads or hiring a cold caller, how much are you going to spend to try to beat massive agency and ads? We'll go over the numbers in a second. If you're not focused on inbound clients, how sustainable is your business model just doing marketing by yourself? So I was in trouble too, but luckily I found a solution. And there's hope for you too if you follow along closely. Okay, so I want to get into the meat of this by explaining the different type of prospects that you can actually go out or you'll encounter throughout your journey. The first is tech savvy or not tech savvy people. Okay, and this is important because of the language that they use when they're talking to you. Maybe they know a lot about SEO already. Maybe they do it themselves. That's important. Then there's people that have been burned before, all right? How many of you have had clients that have said, you know, I've been burned before by a previous agency, or I fired my last one because they sucked, right? Okay, exactly. Melanie says most of mine. Then there's inbound and outbound clients, prospects. You know, you try to run Facebook ads, there's outbound, you try to cold call. And then there's two interesting types of prospects. There's actively searching for a solution and people that are warm to the idea. People that are actively searching is someone who has publicly stated or puts a job post on a job site, or you know, tells their friends and family, I'm looking for an SEO, right? You might get a referral from that. People warm to the idea, say, hey, actually, that sounds good. What do you do again? Oh yeah, let's have a chat. I want to hear more about it. So we're going to focus on acquiring the last two types of people that are actively searching and people that are warm to the idea. And the reason is that it allows us to grow without waiting for prospects to come around. We don't have to wait for our content marketing to work or our ads to work. We have people that are actively searching and they happen to find us. So why push for inbound clients? You don't have to worry where your next client is coming from. There's no upfront money needed to acquire them either. You control when, where, how they find you, when you want to speak to them, everything. You can turn off your funnel whenever you want, right? If you're going on vacation and you don't want all these phone calls coming in or all these leads in your inbox, you can turn off your funnel. You get paid up front before even doing any of the work. That's the best part about working with clients. They pay you $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 up front. Then you can take a little bit of that and put it towards their campaign, whether you're buying links or paying your contractors, whatever it is. So if someone knew you were great at SEO and saw your results and emailed you asking you for your help, do you think you could sell SEO to that person? Yes or no in the chat box. Heck yes, we got. Okay, too many yeses to count. Big time yes. Yes, yes for sure. What if you're new? Someone asks, great question. We'll cover that in a moment. Yeah, says Kirk. All right, and remember, this doesn't just apply to SEO. It can be for PPC or anything else. Would they be willing to pay more to you because they emailed you and they asked for your help? Yes or no? Exactly. They will be willing to pay more because they think that you are the expert and they want to deal with you only. So the question remains, how do we get these business owners to find us right away? So cost per click on AdWords to get SEO clients is sky high. Here's a screenshot from my AdWords account. For the word affordable SEO company, it's $40 per click. Okay, so if you get like 10 clicks to your website, you know, you spent $400 and then maybe one of them will submit a lead form. So you get like one call for $400 and then, you know, maybe every 4 calls you might close a client. So you spend $1,600 at least to close a client, right? And Matthew says, I rank for that keyword right now and it doesn't even convert. It's horrible, right? And you're supposed to be an affordable SEO company. So you're not charging them $1,500, you're charging them $500. So companies are willing to spend that, you know, $400 for like one lead or $40 a click, but that doesn't guarantee that they're getting qualified prospects, especially for something like affordable SEO company, right? These people want cheap, like $20 a month SEO. Okay, so this is the situation when you're running AdWords. I've tried it; it's brutal. So my number one untapped source of getting clients is as follows. You ready? Instead of competing with these companies bidding in AdWords, why don't we just join one? Okay. Again, instead of competing with the company, the agency that's bidding on AdWords for the person searching for an SEO company, why don't we just join one? And I don't mean join an agency. So I noticed a pattern when I was looking at these companies bidding in AdWords. Majority of them were freelance websites trying to bring on more clients for their freelance user base. So a freelance website advertises just as much as an agency does. In fact, they advertise way more than them because they have a lot more money. They're free to join for us, and we can be on the other side of the advertising. So for example, if you type in hire an SEO on Google, you're going to see this ad from freelancer.com, for example. It says hire a freelance SEO. So this person is going to click on the ad. It's going to make them sign up a whole profile. And who's going to be on the other side? Lior is going to be on the other side. So I didn't have to pay for that click, but yet I'm there capturing that traffic. But right away you're thinking, whoa. Aren't these sites for people overseas or people like here in North America that are looking to hire overseas and they only want to work for peanuts? Right? That's the instant objection over here. It's true, but we want to use these sites as a tool to get invited to private jobs from big companies. How do we do this? Okay, so how do we get invited to these jobs, which is going to make us, be able to speak to them on the phone and actually close them instead of just competing with people for peanuts? Okay, so here's a screenshot from elance.com, which is a freelance site. And you can see that when you search just the word SEO, I'm number one. This is how I get invited to jobs. And right away, you're like, wait, Elance doesn't exist anymore, Lior. What are you showing us? Boom. That was just a joke. Upwork, still ranking number one for SEO Toronto. Okay. Toronto SEO, another keyword, I'm ranking number one. And of course, there's going to be people like, wait, this is a screenshot, right? Show me your screen. So let me actually show you. All right, you should be able to see my screen. Upwork, give me a 1 if you can see it. Boom, okay. Let me show you something really quickly. Up here, find freelancers, SEO Toronto. Hit enter. Wait for my internet to load. Boom, number one. Okay, now right now you're like, holy crap, this guy must get a million invitations, a lot of traffic. What about for Toronto SEO? I haven't touched this profile, guys, in like 2 years. And I'm still ranking number one for all sorts of keywords, Canada related, filters, a whole bunch of different things. Okay, so let me just go back to presentation really quickly. Hopefully it doesn't start. There we go. Better stop sharing. 1 second. Right. All right, so yeah, Lee's like, I didn't know you could do that on Upwork. And what are the results of that, of ranking number one? The result is countless invites. You get 6 to 10 job invites per day. So you're literally waking up every day to invites in your inbox. And these people, remember, they're willing to pay more because it's a private job. And they chose me personally after seeing my results on my profile. So here are some examples of what exactly I'm talking about. So this person created a job called SEO, right? Instead of inviting a bunch of people, which is what everyone's worried about here, look at what he says in the description. In the description of the public job, he writes, "Hi, Lior. I have a flooring company based in Australia. I want to know if you could provide some SEO services and what type of plans you have. I put $5 in the budget, but I'm not too sure at the moment what you can offer." This is exactly the point. It looks like they're putting $5 in, but now we have an opportunity to get on the phone with them and explain to them that we can actually charge. We have to charge a lot more in order to do that. As long as you have a flow of leads of active people, you have a flow of clients. Here's another one, SEO for a cufflink business, for e-commerce store. "Hi, Lior, I need help with SEO. Please contact me." So we're just using these sites to find and attract leads, and then we take them off as private clients. Of course, That's optional. You can choose to use these sites as the payment system. I'm not going to get into details of that, but yeah, that's exactly how it works. So if someone was actively looking for SEO, found this website, right? They clicked on the ad, they found the site, then they find your profile because you're ranking. Then they send you a private invite asking for help. Do you think you could sell them your services? Again, yes or no in the chat box. Be honest. It's the same thing as before. It's like getting an email from a referral, but in this time, it's just happens to be on a website that was completely free and you didn't spend a dime on. Okay. I see a lot of good questions coming in too. Please save them for the end. I'm getting a lot of hell yeahs, one yes, boom. Okay. And what they do is they also look for local talent too. So if you look at this screenshot, you'll see, hi, Leo, I saw your profile on Upwork. I own an IT company. We do monthly contracts for companies with 15 to 50 people. By the way, those are really expensive contracts. We're in the greater Toronto area, and we do some AdWords, but we're not seeing any returns on it. Our SEO sucks too. We're on page 20. We need to be better. He's telling me where he lives. He's giving me his phone number. Do you see how desperate this person is? Right? He sent me a private message, even though he's the one who posted the job and he got 1 million probably proposals. He sent me the message, and that's what we're going over here. So how do we rank higher on these sites? And remember, ranking higher isn't the most important thing. It's actually what you say in your proposal. But ranking higher will get you some inbound invites, which is really healthy. So I did some research on every freelance site, all the popular ones, and I tested multiple other ones, so I know what works for each one. Obviously, can't go into too much detail of every single one right now, but it boils down to doing competitor research. So for the SEOs in the house, you know exactly how this works. It's just like a search engine, right? It literally is one. I showed you how I searched for something, and I would rank number 1. And you might go and try it yourself, and you'll see me ranking 1 or 2 or 3 because it depends where you're located and all that stuff. It's just like Google. It's a search engine. So what you have to do is you have to reverse engineer your competitors, and you have to learn the search engine, right? In this case, there's no links being built. It doesn't work like that, right? You got to find out what your competitors have that you don't, or what better thing they have, or what platform you're using. Maybe there's a different algorithm for that platform. You got to find out what's hidden in their profiles, and then just one-up them, right? If they have something that looks really good, you can do a little bit better, with a little bit more effort. So a lot of these people just slap a profile together, and yeah, that's about it, right? They don't put any more effort to try ranking higher or to send a lot of proposals out or anything like that. Okay, so what can you do in the meantime before getting invites? Obviously, you're not going to rank on day 1, although most sites refresh their searches within like 4 hours to like 4 to 8 hours. So even if you're not ranking, even if you are ranking, you don't get a lot of invites. There's a lot of stuff that you can do in the meantime. The first is send a ton of proposals, but you make them pop. Okay, here's how to stand out. If you find a job on freelancer.com, upwork.com, guru.com, any of these sites, when you bid for the job, use a ton of ranking proof, right? Or if you're good at Facebook ads, show the proof inside of your portfolio and make sure to link back to it or share it as an attachment, right? You can add some pictures usually, and the portfolio will always be linkable right then and there. So again, you don't need a website because all of it is hosted on your profile. You can make it custom to each job, and you should, right? Use a person's name, use their website, record a video audit if you have to. Keeping active by sending out proposals, which actually helps you become more active on the platform altogether, and they treat you better. They will help you rank better if they see a lot of activity. And you don't even need to rank number 1 in order to get invited. You only need to be in the top 30. The reason is because when people create a job, and I suggest you do this yourself, you'll see that right away it's going to say, okay, here are your suggested freelancers. Do you want to invite them all? Do you want to invite these ones? That's really where you need to rank, not necessarily in the search bar, although that's important. You need to rank on the suggested stuff. And the only way to do that is by being active, by having a super rock solid profile. And as long as you're invited, then that's it. It's a super, super hot lead that wants to speak to you and get on the phone with you. Why are these sites so good? Clients are pre-sold on the idea of digital marketing, right? They're the ones who went to AdWords, went to Google and searched, I need an SEO, hire SEO company. They're just looking for good results and they're willing to pay for it. Second is that you don't need to spend weeks speaking to them, just days. You no longer have to follow up, cold calls, this and that. You tell them when are you available to get on the phone, you get on the phone and you close them right then and there. You also never need to meet them in person. They're all in the same messaging system. They're all on the phone. And I'm going to show you how to do that all in Gmail as well without you even having to go to the website. And last but not least, you can turn to someone else on the same site and outsource it right back out. And I've been doing this for 3 years now. Actually, it's almost been 5 years, right? You don't need to do the work if you're not that good. That answers a lot of your questions right now. You can also use the proof of other people on the site. So that's why these sites are so good. And anybody can do this. You can choose a freelancing site that's popular, set up a profile and optimize it to stand out, rank higher than your competitors above you, run proposals to relevant jobs in the meantime, and get responses and set meetings with prospects. It's all about being active. Close them, get referrals from their friends, and grow your client base. At the end of the day, referrals are the strongest thing, but if you don't have a good referral base, I still get people hitting me up from like 3 years ago saying, hey, I remember you did SEO for me. My friend needs this, or I need to restart with you and things like that. That's the power of having a lot of inbound leads. So what if you could pop up in front of every single business owner's faces every single time on these freelancing sites? What would it mean for your business if you had this inbound method set up and getting countless invites daily, right? Kirk puts $1 million signs. Exactly. It means a lot of meetings, a lot of money, and a lot of clients being stacked up. Would you want to see my exact method to ranking and sending proposals revealed step by step? Give me yes. Give me yes in the chat box. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Capital yes, yes, sir. Hell yeah. Hells yeah. I can't swear on a live recording. A live call. Yes. Phelps has a record. It's not. If you saw the timestamp on the shared screen, you'll see this was live. You betcha, says Kalan. All right. How about the exact scripts I use to get a 50% response rate completely available for you to use? Remember, every client you close is $1,000 to $3,000 per month minimum. If you're not charging at least $1,000 to $1,500 per month, then you really got to start upping your prices. Right? And when you're sending these proposals, when it's inbound, over 50% of people are actually going to end up responding to you, which leads to a lot of phone calls and a lot of closed clients. Daryl says, I need them scripts. Guys, I want to introduce you to ScopeRush prospecting system. What exactly is that? You know about ScopeRush from the blog, but what is a prospecting system? It's a course, a training program that's going to allow you to rank higher on freelance sites, just like I did, and get invited to private jobs. You're going to be the top go-to marketing guy in your area, whether or not people are searching for that area or not. You'll be able to get clients in a certain niche to recognize you as authority and want to pay you to help them. You'll start getting $1,000 to $3,000 per month clients in days, literally. Okay, and I'll show you a lot of people who have done that in just a second. What are you really going to get though? You're going to get 2 steps that make it impossible to fail. The first step is ranking and optimizing your profile with copywriting, making sure that people see you as the god of SEO. Okay, whether or not you sell SEO or the god of PPC, you're going to seem the best and you're going to seem super hyper niched for them. And the second step is to send extremely extremely hyper targeted and relevant proposals to those prospects so that you can close them as clients, get them on the phone, and that's it. Each step is delivered via video in the members area, and there's homework to make sure that you're actually doing the work and taking action. There's access to bonus side content for more help. You'll get all the templates, all the softwares I use to automate this, all the funnels, scripts, and processes I use to make this happen. You'll get email access to our support team to ask questions at any time and question and answer webinars. I'm going to literally hold your hand, virtual hand, and show you click by click how to copy what I've done in my business. Very powerful stuff. You're also going to get access to view my exact funnel so you can copy it and start generating leads from day one. That means from an invite or from an outbound to a response, to an email, to a phone call, to a close. Exactly step by step, copy it, done. There's no extra startup cost, no hidden steps, no hidden fees. Your only job is to follow the 2 steps: rank, optimize, and send proposals. Push the same buttons I do and profit. That's it. When I sold this as one-on-one coaching privately, I charged $3,800 for the same steps. And of course, it was one-on-one, so it was a lot more personal. So I thought, okay, we can't charge $3,800 for this. It's ludicrous. They're not getting my help. Okay, what if we do it by half? No, it's still too much. It's not fair. Guys, to join ScopeRush Prospecting System today, you're only paying just $997. And for those that want to get in right now, or you want to see the sales page, all the proof, scoperush.com/SPS, and it will be in the chat as well. So how do we ensure your success in SPS, ScopeRush Prospect System? Well, we have the 2 freelance training steps that we just spoke about and that I've perfected since 2013. You have Facebook group access for everyone that's going through the same things as you. There's additional training using Facebook ads for inbound clients. There's personal accountability system set up with me and follow-ups to make sure that you are successful. You'll get access to my personal outsourcing team to deliver your work. If you can't find your own outsourcer and you really need someone to do your AdWords or your Facebook ads or your SEO, no problem. Don't have any previous proof or results, no problem. You can use theirs. There's constant reiteration and reviews of your profile and your proposals to make sure that you're doing well. To make it even sweeter, if you pick up SPS today, you'll also get a free 20-minute phone call with me to personally go over your setup. And obviously I can't do this with hundreds of people that are on the call right now. It's going to be limited to the first 10. So for those of you that really want that, don't hesitate. So what have people said about my training? Caesar, thanks, Lior. This is an inbox I got home to after applying your strategy in just 2 days. And he sent a screenshot of like his inbox flooded with invites. Derek said, what's happening, peeps? Within 9 weeks from starting the prospecting, I'm coming up on $7,500 per month in sales. That's huge gains. Brad, all right, I hope I'm starting to get the Lior effect where I start to rack up SEO clients. Just closed 2 this week back to back. Jeremiah, I picked up my first $2,000 a month client this morning using the sales video. Caesar, again, I received 6 invitations for today alone. I love you, dude. I believe your method will help me quit both my jobs. Also, I landed a casino client from it. Eternal gratitude. Richard says, I just got my first invite today. After a few messages and a couple of hours, I have the job, my first. Lee says, I need to leave you a testimonial. I'm pitching press release writing and distribution and have already landed 5 clients. Not to mention, you can practically pick any category and have a river flowing of leads. It simply gets no better than having qualified, interested prospects raise their hands at no charge to you. I love that one. Ray, guys, this is going to keep going. And there's a lot more on the sales page too if you want to check it out. So Ray says this stuff works. Thanks to Lior's advice from the training, I was able to pick a handful of clients on Elance. Looking forward to more. Mark, got my first customer today. Thanks for your course again, man. Hey guys, just wanted to say keep going. You'll get a breakthrough. Got my second client today. Got one last month. Only been doing it for 2 months. Craig, first client from Elance. You're the man. Followed your blueprint and it worked. What else we got? And to guarantee your success, just like theirs, this is what we're going to do. If after 30 days of finishing the 2 steps, you still don't have a client, okay? I will personally get on the phone with you and help you go over your funnels. Remember, just one client pays for this bootcamp 20 times over the course of a year. 20 times. To make this completely irresistible, if you still do not have a client 30 days after we get on the phone, I will personally deliver you leads from my own system. Anyone who says, hey, Leo, can you help me with SEO? I'm going to send them for them to you. You need help closing them? I'll help you with that. My goal is simple, guys. I want to be the only person to share this profitable process as I discovered and refined it, and to make it step-by-step profitable for you too. So let's recap what exactly is going on here. I know I threw a lot at you. This is what's happening. I'm going to help you figure out which freelance sites to go after and perfect your profile to rank higher and stand out from the crowd. That's the most important part. I'm going to give you the exact scripts that you can copy and paste to close almost every deal that you come across. I will personally sit down with you on a private call to help you get your first client if something isn't working for you. Find me another system that has that kind of guarantee. And if you still don't have a client 30 days after that, I will personally send you leads and not take them for myself. And I'll help you close them. So it's literally guaranteed ROI because you're getting a client either way. Close down deals this week from John. Hey man, just started to give you a quick update. I just closed down a $2,500 per month plumber, and I got a one-time $500 audit with a huge insurance company, which could lead to a monthly contract as well. Both came through Upwork. Dan, I just picked up a law firm, need outsourcers. Hey Leo, I've been quietly working on Upwork, and it looks like I just landed a law firm. Criminal defense and personal injury, both are very competitive. I need outsourcers. Chris, check out the screenshot. He's ranked #1 and #3 for Seattle SEO freelancers. So guys, who's in so far? The first training is available immediately, and we'll post in the link again. We have a ton of questions flying through, and I promise you we will get to them. Shane gives me a really nice review here. Any business to get the chance to work with you when it comes to marketing has been blessed. End of story. All right, guys, we're going to open this up for question and answer because I know there's a lot over here, but let's do this. Okay, I'm going to hit the start. Ranjit says, so how does the new person rank high like you to get an invite? Well, that's literally what the training program is about. And we went over that a little bit. You know, you got to find your competitors. You got to see what's happening and you got to beat them, right? But it's not all about just ranking on the search. It's about ranking in the suggested. And of course, it's about how strong your proposal is. David, you should consider a certain amount of people per local. Okay, so this is a typical limiting belief, right? There's multiple people in the same city, so isn't that going to affect everything? And I'm actually going to share my screen here for a second. See, I knew you were going to ask that, David. And that's why at the bottom, by the way, these are awesome students videos. You can check it out. And we have like a wall of testimonials here. Like it literally never ends. I knew you were going to ask that question. And here's how I answer it. There's two approaches to this. One is that there's not enough business out there in general. right? The answer is there's millions of businesses out there, and they all need someone to do their marketing for them because not everyone can afford even just like an internal marketing team or just to pay like their son to do it. They need someone, a professional who knows what they're doing. Needless to say, there's tens of thousands of jobs posted daily online across hundreds of platforms. And they're not all searching for local things like Toronto, although that's a really good thing to rank for. There's a ton of other keywords, which we go heavily into in week 1 and lesson 1, which explains how that works. So the odds of you running into someone else are actually quite rare. And we teach you how to carve out your own niche in your corner of the platform and the internet too. I even call this limiting beliefs because I knew people would ask things like that. Okay, let's see what's next. Mariano, how did you go from a $5 person trying to pay for an SEO job to $1,000 per month? So if you remember, they weren't actually willing to pay $5. They just didn't know what to put in their budget. And that's the whole point. These people don't know how much marketing really costs. They think they can get a one-off thing like, $50 or I'll pay you $300 a month, but they're not sure. And when you sit them down, explain to them, show them your competitors, how much they charge, there's a whole bunch of ways you can sell them. And of course we go over that, but it's all about getting on the phone. And once you have their attention, it's your attention. It's not a bunch of other people's. It's your chance to close them. I don't even keep them on the site once I close them. They pay me directly. Prab. Question, I don't do SEO. I'm able to outsource this to you guys. Answer is we don't do it personally, but I do have a whole roster of contractors and outsourcers I've used over the years. And there's also a ton of people in the group that offer these sort of services. So there's a whole module on how to outsource your services. Martin, I already purchased this 2 years ago. Is this an upgraded course? Pretty much similar concepts, a little bit beautified, more modules, things like that. So if you haven't been in a while, you might want to check it out again. Fatso, nice name, man. Can you post a link here? Yeah, we posted it. Scoperush.com/SPS. Matt. Oh, no, Matt's the admin. Sue, do you recommend where you can outsource SEO work? Yes. Simon, does this work from the UK? Yes, there are tons of sites in the UK, and there's actually sites that are very specific to the UK. So you can have your own little niche there as well. David, is it USD? Yes, it is. What if you're not a freelancer? An agency is what we are. Remember, Thomas, I wasn't a freelancer either. This is just a way for agencies. And in my higher level agency mastermind, we actually use this as a main method as well. You can have people on your team doing this all day. You can have multiple people on your team ranking multiple profiles, or you can even rank an agency profile, right, with multiple team members under that. There's a lot of ways you can play around with it depending on the freelance site. So yeah, Rob says, I'm in. Thanks, Rob. Leo doesn't talk shit and his stuff is good. Thanks, man. Mika, I'm in Toronto, so I'm competing with Leo. Remember, these aren't all local jobs. And like I said, I haven't really touched my profile in years. I'm still ranking because of all the stuff I'm doing with scope leads and things like that. I don't take on clients anymore, and that's why I'm able to hand them off to you beautiful people. Someone said, sounds awesome. Can we use your outsourcers team's proof of results as our own when selling to clients? The answer is yes. That's the one thing that we teach in week 1. Do you cover how to transition a client off of Upwork and sign them as a personal client? I thought Upwork was pretty uptight about their taking clients off the platform. I've never gotten in trouble for it. That's why I mentioned in the presentation that it's optional. I'm not going to be like telling you to do it. There's pros and cons of doing it. I've never gotten in trouble. The reason why you do want to take them off is so that they can't leave you a bad review and you got to start all over again. Also, they don't allow for upfront payments. So you have to like wait till the end of the month to get paid type of thing. So it's really, really hard to figure that stuff out. It's much easier. Like once you get the person on the phone, they don't even realize or remember where they spoke to you. That's the beauty of this whole SPS method. Once you get them on the phone, they just think they're talking to an expert. You say, okay, I'll send you a link for payment. They forget that they had to pay through the site. They just signed up 5 minutes ago from an AdWords ad. right? They're not interested in that. So the answer is yes, we cover how to transition them. I hope that answered your question. Thomas, Upwork is probably the best source to generate better paying clients. While that's true, you don't want to focus on just Upwork. Guys, I showed that as an example. I have profiles everywhere under different names, a whole bunch of different testings. In fact, I would suggest you don't start on Upwork because it could be hard to join, to rank right away. Yeah. Travis, this is the same as the 2016 version. I believe I already answered that. Dan, aren't the prospective clients looking for cheap services like $5? I believe I answered that already. So they either are looking for it or they're not sure. And the point is that once you have their attention, you can convince them otherwise. Or I'll show you how to find and apply to jobs, because you can't apply to every job. You have to be very selective. You only get a certain amount of credits each month. So I'll show you which jobs to actually find that are worth applying to, because you know that they have money. Right? There's actually a few sneaky ways to figure out if they're worth talking to. Dara, what if you have no past record? Again, you can use outsourcers, and that question is on the bottom of the page. Will this work for me? Never got a client. Or what if I don't have a ton of proof? Okay. What else we got? Ravi, how often are you releasing the rest of the training? It's actually all released. There's like 2 modules that are just like sort of bonus modules that I'm working on, and it should be done by tonight or tomorrow. Jay, do we actually have to talk to people on the phone to close these sales? So there is a method I teach on how to close them over email. You just have to understand that when you're closing over email, a lot of the times they're also speaking to other people. When you get them on the phone, it's a lot more effective. That's all I had to say. So, you know, you are in a client sort of based business. You do have to be comfortable speaking on the phone. And yeah, we teach that as well. All right, what do we got here? Thomas, wouldn't customers looking on Upwork typically look for freelancers instead of high-priced agencies with full teams? No, because I was a single person and I was charging $2,000 to $3,000 per month, and that's how much an agency charges typically, unless they're super high priced, in which this probably isn't for you. But you know, some of the clients I have landed were huge multi-million-dollar software companies, e-commerce companies, and they are looking for someone small and cheap to do small jobs, but you can convince them to actually let you do all of the, like, hey, you need web design. Oh, you also need SEO. Oh, what else can I help you with? And then that's how you get more and more referrals. So, you know, if you are a full agency or a full stack agency, you can definitely help them as well. Ravi, Leo, I keep getting rejected from Upwork. I can't even become a freelancer. Does your system guarantee we get accepted? No, we don't guarantee, because this is not an Upwork course. All right. I can log into Freelancer right now and show you that you can do the same thing there. So it's about getting on any platform and using it to your advantage. And we have a lot of tips and tricks on how to get accepted to a platform if it's saturated. The reason why they reject you is because they have too many like people in the SEO niche and stuff like that. So we have ways around that. Rick, do you have any secret platforms where you post? Yes, there's a list of about 10 to 15, and it comes in a text file that you're not allowed to share, and it's in week 2. Kirk, how do I log in? Hit up support@scopewatch.com if you have any questions, Kirk, and they'll help you out. Thanks for joining. R says, is this relevant for 2019? It absolutely is. In fact, these sites are growing so much that they can't keep up with the demand of clients, not freelancers. So there's more people posting jobs every day than there are even available freelancers. So a lot of jobs, even the ones I post, don't even get good freelancers because there's not that many available. And I'll show you how to post a job and test it for yourself to see what niches are good and things like that. Rob, what's the typical margin on services? So if you're charging $2,000 a month or $1,500 a month, I typically will put aside $500 for outsourcing if I'm not doing it myself, or I'll rent some links and try to do it myself for around 200 to 300 in the end of the day. Okay. What's the promo if you offered to the first 10 signups? We get on a private call. I'm pretty sure those are all sold out already, but you can try and email support and we might be able to honor that. What if they ask for examples of our previous work? I went over that. It's on the sales page as well. Thomas, why is there a countdown? Because this offer is not available forever. It is over when the countdown is over. Kathleen, if you have any questions about logging in, we did send multiple emails about your old account, so you should have gotten those, or you can email support@scoperush.com. Tommy, if you buy this now and you upgrade the content strategy in a few years, will we have to buy again or update? Guys, this isn't like a quick hack or a strategy or something like that. This is a proven method of prospecting that never gets outdated, unless the internet stops accepting freelancers, right? So while I do update the content, it's not like it's going to be outdated. And the answer is yes, you will get access. Usually we just ask for a testimonial, which we did a couple weeks ago, and many people shared to get their upgraded accounts. Chris, do you have a payment plan? Yep. If you click on start getting results or any of the buy buttons, you will see the options there. This is what the checkout page looks like, guys. It's going a bit slow. I don't know if you can see that on my screen, but yeah, should be able to see it. Let's go back to the presentation. Drew says, can't wait to see what you've got in store next, Lior. I bought a lot of online courses and IM products over the years, and yours is definitely one of the best I've experienced. Thank you, Drew, for that testimonial. Oscar, how many hours of training? There's 2 main modules that are like we mentioned, the 2 steps. Each one is about an hour and a half. And then there's a whole bunch of other ones that are around 20 minutes each, maybe around, I don't know, it shouldn't take you more than like 3 days to go through it all, 2 to 3 days, part-time. And of course, you are doing a lot of homework in between. Step 1, you got to rank your profile and optimize it. That takes about a week to wait. But then you can start doing proposals in step 2. So it's not just something you're doing and just sitting aside. You're actually putting effort into it. Keith says, thanks, Lior. Betsy is not going to be a replay. Dan, is it easy to set this up and sell into remote cities or locations where I don't reside? Yes. In fact, when you do sign up with most sites, it will try to detect where you're located. So you can either use an IP switcher for that, or you can just force switch it after you already sign up. And that usually takes care of it. And yeah, I've done that before. Switch your city, try to rank for a local big city, because a lot of people want to dominate an entire city nearby. If you live in like somewhere in the outskirts of New York and you want to rank for New York City, you can definitely do that. That's what the student did before with Seattle. Someone said, you said week 2, this course will be available through several weeks. No, it's all available actually up front. We're not going to drip the content or make you wait or anything like that. And you'll have access for months and months after that. David, is this live? It sure is. Ravi, welcome. I just purchased a course. Enjoy the webinar. Looking forward to crushing it. Look, happy to have you in. Simon, how many hours a week on top of my full-time job will it take? It'll take you only about an hour or 2 if you do it really properly, maybe 3 hours to set everything up. And then on the side, you can spend maybe half an hour to an hour every day to get your friends to help you out. And you'll see what I mean by that in the course. And as for sending proposals, what I would do is I would wake up every day, open the computer, bust out 20 to 30 proposals, and that's it for the rest of the day. You have to deal with the responses and things like that, but in the end, you're really only blasting out proposals and responding to invites. You're not sitting there for hours and hours and hours unless you are running multiple accounts. Thomas, what improvements have you made for ranking and getting reviews? Evergreen, same process as always, so good luck with that. Chris, how fast can we get a client? If you have a lot of results and proof, you can probably start getting on the phone with people by tomorrow. And that's not an exaggeration. And the reason is because these sites actually prefer newcomers and they boost them up a little bit, not in the rankings, but in the suggested freelancers, because they want you to have a chance, a fair chance. And you can also offer to do some work for very cheap or for free just to get some reviews under your belt. A lot of things we go over, and we show you step by step how to do that and how to get your first client. Someone says the course includes copies of proposals or templates for them. Yeah, it's a template. So if you're selling SEO, for example, we have a very specific thing that you should say to people depending on what they write in the job post, right? If they write, oh, I want to buy links, or if they write, I want to pay someone monthly, or if they write, I want something very specific, I only want 3 links and this and that, then there's a way to respond to them, because obviously we don't cater to those people. We don't want people who only pay us, $15 for a link or pay us monthly, like $10 a month. We want people that are paying us for the full service, $1,500, $2,000, $3,000 a month, based on how many keywords they want or whatever it is you price. And we have a pricing and packaging module, teach you how to actually present it as like a monthly large payment. So yeah, you shouldn't be charging, you shouldn't be sending people just random templates saying I'll work for you. You have to know how to respond to them. Julian, what if you have an old profile on a freelance site? That's actually good as well, because it works by last 12 months of activity. And like I said, I haven't really touched my profile in almost 2 years now, and it's still ranking. So the results will last, and I still get invites daily. You just got to respond to them or else you'll lose your stuff. And obviously you're going to respond to them because you want free clients. Aaron, when you say funnel, do you mean taking them to a landing page or the video, calendar, Calendly, phone call, send proposal? You could do that. So I will show you how to get them on the phone, take them on Skype, record the call and things like that. However, I don't do that anymore. What I do now is phone call, take the payment on the call. So what I meant by funnel is the type of email they send you, how you respond. You can only get one shot at sending a job proposal. Excuse me. That's why it's really important to get it right the first time, and also to choose the right jobs to send to. And when you send it is very important as well. You can't just send a proposal to a job that's too new or too old. It's very important to time it right. Tommy, any additional costs besides for this program? No. If you're using some of the bigger freelance websites, you might have to pay like $5 to $10 a month. And there's some hidden proof that will help you rank. But that's about it. When I first started, I wasn't paying for like the first year and a half. Aaron, yes, we are going to give you the funnel. We actually use Gmail for most of it. And I explain how to convert your Gmail into a CRM. Chris, how long does a proposal take? Shouldn't take more than a minute. Julian, are there any personal calls still available if I buy now? Julian, it sounds like you want in. You should buy anyways. And if you happen to be one of the first 10, which it's been like half an hour already, you're probably not. But you'll still get the results that you need. You still have the Facebook group, and you still have our guarantees if you ever need our help. Matt, can client accounts be converted on Upwork to get new clients as opposed to hiring other freelancers? Yes, they can be. In fact, you will see that you're just able to switch. You just hover over your name and it'll say switch between client or freelancer. And there's very specific reasons why you'd want to do that in order to test job postings and things like that, which we go over in week 2. Doug, how is this different than scope leads? So scope leads is cold emailing, it's outbound, and it works. Scope leads is cold, meaning you're able to control your entire flow. You're able to choose how many prospects you send to a day. You're able to choose who gets them and everything like that. This is a hybrid model. With SPS, you're getting people that are inbound, inviting you to jobs and sending you messages. And you're also doing some outbound, similar to a cold email. However, it's a super hot email. So I don't suggest that you stop cold emailing if you're already using scope leads. I suggest that you send some hot leads among your cold outbound emails, and you'll see a really great marketing mix there. And you'll be able to fill up your pipeline and your calendars. Pretty much the entire point of all this is to fill up your day with consultations, sales calls, whatever you want to call them, to close people. Dave, before I purchase, is it software too, or do I need any other software, or mainly training? It's mainly training. We do have a wicked module coming out on how to automate a lot of this using Zapier. So that's pretty cool. And we are building some behind the scenes software to help our members out as well, but I'm not going to hint too much about that. Dave, what payment processor do you use? So we have a whole module in lesson 2 about that. Talks about how to take their credit card info and things like that, because a lot has changed over the years and you can't just type their information into Stripe or something. Jay, will this work if we hire someone to close the sales? Do you cover how to hire salespeople? We don't cover how to hire salespeople, but if you did want to hire a salesperson, it would be the same process as the how to hire an outsourcer video. Finding the outsourcer is the same way. It's pretty much someone who works for you. And yes, it will work because that's how most companies work. I mean, they have salespeople. Simon, if we have scope leads, can it help? It won't help with this method directly. You'll be doing this on the side every day, every morning, every evening, whatever you decide. And yeah. Someone says, can we partner with anyone in the Facebook mastermind group to help build up our reviews or portfolio in case we don't have any? Basically helping each other get our first few reviews. Sorry for the questions. The answer is yes. However, you don't want to just say, hey, give me a review, I'll give you a review. You will get banned instantly. So there's very, very careful ways that you have to get reviews from friends and family. And that's almost all of week 1 that we cover. How to do that, how to make sure you're not banned, how to make sure you're doing it at a proper timing, proper pace, proper payment amount, and things like that. You get the point, guys. You need to join the program in order to get these results. Matt says, thank you. Robert, will this work for just lead generation and ranked site renting? So that's a good question. When you're looking for jobs, you're going to see a lot of people are going to say, I need lead generation. And I'm going to show you that you don't just want to go search for people that are looking for SEO jobs if you sell SEO. You want to go and look for people who are looking for way different things who don't even know what SEO is. And again, that's the beauty of these freelance sites. Someone can be posting a job saying, I need leads, or I need my phone to ring. Literally, jobs will say, I need my phone to ring. And you will apply and say, you need SEO because that's what you sell. And then you get them on the phone and you close them for that. You explain the benefits. That's how that works. So if you want to sell them leads because you have a lead site ranking, go ahead and do that. All right, Robert. Richard, how long is the offer available? It's being taken down on Monday at midnight. The price may increase, so please do not hesitate. If you have any questions, support@scoperush.com or support@scopeleads.io, and we will help you out. A guest says, is the contacting friends and family for reviews thing a critical part of the process? I'm not sure I feel super comfortable hitting up my friends and family about this stuff just yet. If you're not comfortable with telling people what you do for a living, or if you don't have anyone to rely on, then this isn't right for you. If you want to rely on people in the group, you definitely and certainly can. We do have a system in place for that, but I don't know what to tell you. I mean, if you don't want to tell your friends what you do and ask them for a favor, then don't. You can also pay them. That's what I do. I pay people a little bit to help me out. Lucine says, thanks. All right, wow, I think I finally went through a lot of the questions. All right, guys, it's been just over an hour and 10 minutes. Let me know if you're on the fence. Let me know if you joined in. I want to see who's joining in, who we're going to be working with, and what objections you have that aren't covered on the sales page. Ron says, I can't put in the education information on my profile because I'm a high school dropout. I'm a college dropout, so I left mine empty, but you can also put like the year you were going to graduate. Kathleen says, great info. Thanks. Doug, what other products are in the Scope family? Finally, someone recognizes what I'm trying to do here. There's just Scope Leads, which is a cold email software for digital marketers. And we have Scope Reveal, which is a free like SEO tool, which isn't supported anymore. And there's a Scope Rush blog, free info for getting clients. David says, I'm going to join. I'll hire a VA to help me as I work full time while the side hustle allows me to leave corporate. Great. Glad to have you in, David. That's literally what I do. I mean, you can have an assistant that runs this full time for you. Although remember, it's only like half an hour to an hour a day. So I suggest going through the steps yourself and then hiring someone, or you can use a lot of the automation that we show you, and you'll be able to do that too. Got a lot of guests here. Did you not put your name in when you joined? Sounds good, Lear. I'll be in a day or two. Oh, Mark. Thanks, Mark. David, I'm doing my MBA too in small kids. I know the hustle, man. That's why this is a guaranteed investment. You need to work for freedom. I like that. Matt with 2 T's says, Scope Leads is hot, guys. Zillion ways it can be used. Thanks, Matt. But we're talking about Scope Rush, prospecting system. Jay, do you recommend us to join if we don't want to talk to people on the phone? Like I said before, you can still close clients. There's a lot of people that just like don't want to get on the phone with you either. They'll be like, hey, I just want to talk over email. I've closed them too. However, I will be lying to you if I said that you'll close just as much. If you get on the phone with people or if you hire a salesperson, you are going to be way better off. And don't worry, I'm going to show you how to do that. You'll feel confident on the phone. And remember, they want to speak to you. You're the expert. Okay. Jay, we'd love to have you in. That's the answer to your question. All right, we got a whole bunch more coming through. Guys, we'll take questions for another 5 minutes or so. Let's see. Thanks, Jay. Diane, I came in late. Sorry, Diane. A bit late to the party, but hopefully you'll check out the sales page and see what it's all about. For those of you that did hit it, make sure to watch the video testimonials. We got some really cool people in there who started from nothing or had a job and they ended up quitting or quit their agency or grew their agency. A lot of testimonials in there from people over the years, which is why I'm able to provide such strong guarantees for this program. All right, guys, any last questions? There are still a few hundred people on the call. So you either love the sound of my voice or you are reading over the sales page. Yeah. So you're asking about, you're hesitant to ask people for favors. I mean, at the end of the day, this isn't like, hey, sign up for my MLM, which you gave an example of, and saying, hey, like this will help you and things like that. You're not telling them to do any of that. You're saying, hey, can you do me a quick favor on your phone? They whip it out. And obviously it's not that simple, but you can also offer them something small, right? What I did is I literally went to my friend's house. I made him do like a $200 job on Upwork, and then I let him keep some of it. When I literally PayPal'd him the money, I said, help me out here. And I did that 3 or 4 times, and it's lasted for over a year. So it's really not a lot of work, right? That's all I got to say. If you're not willing to do that, or do it with someone in the group or Facebook friends, put a post out, hey, who's willing to help me? I'll give you 10, 20 bucks, or I'll buy you a beer. That's about it. And remember, you don't have to do that. You can also get free jobs. You get actual clients. I've hired people on these sites when I needed developers and things like that, and they've had 0 reviews, 0 proof. And it's because when I spoke to them on the phone, they were a really good fit for the job. I saw their resume. I saw they were brand new to the site, and I hired them. I paid them through the site, and they ended up getting, bigger profile, and they did well. So you can do that. It takes a little bit longer, but yeah, that's the real way to do it. Right? It makes sense. Matt, what happens if you want to get people to sign up with the phone link you mentioned, but it's violating Upwork's terms of services? Remember, this is not an Upwork course. Not every platform has that thing, and I'm not recommending you do that. I'm just saying it is a better way of accepting payment. The worst case scenario is that the client absolutely hates you, remembers that they found you on Upwork, goes to Upwork, says this is what happened, and then they have to somehow prove it because you never accepted the job. And yeah, you'll get like a warning. So right now you're thinking like a limiting belief. Oh my gosh, what happens if this happens? What happens if that happens? These aren't real things that happen. And if they are, create a new email address, make a new account, or you have 3 other accounts running on all these sites, and you're fine. Someone says you don't need a mountain of reviews for this to work. Then no, you only need 2 or 3. It depends on the platform. Some require like 2 in order to show your stars. Some require a bit more. Some require a certain revenue number. We go through that in week 1. A lot of people asking about replays. It is recorded by default, but I don't think I'm going to post it. Maybe if a lot of people are interested, we'll do an encore tomorrow, show some more results, and we'll go through it live on the websites. How about that? I can register people for tomorrow's, like an encore or something. But yeah, there's not going to be a replay emailed out today or tomorrow. Robert, can I get clients of specific niches or industries, i.e. dentists? So that's not really what this is about. This is about, so if you're like a dentist expert, this isn't going to help you because you're only going to run into like 2 dentists a week using this SPS method. However, you will or can get a lot of health professional or health services clients and leads because you're going to make your profile very niche to health services. So I only help health or professional doctors to rank higher, or I do their Facebook ads and whatever, so that you're going to get way more invites for that, and you're going to be super highly targeted, and you're going to land that one juicy client every month who's paying you like $4,000 a month because you're the expert in that specific niche, right? When I used to hire writers, they would say, I'm a copywriter, I'm a novel writer, I'm a specific writer of recipes. And that's how I would get all my books written on Amazon. Hope that nails the point home. Jay, do we have to pay a percentage of the sales to Upwork or other platform if it's through their sites? Yes, that's actually one of the main reasons to take them off. I totally forgot about that. They have all sorts of different percentages and the ways that works. So that's one of the main reasons. And also they can leave a bad review. Simon, sounds good. Encore, please. Simon, I'm on the fence. Simon, what questions you got, man? Guaranteed ROI, guaranteed client. How can I help? Someone says, I also do video ranking and marketing. It takes lots of time. Is there a good quality outsourcing available for this too? Or we need to train the outsource for that? I would never recommend training an outsourcer. That sounds like you're going to get a virtual assistant and train them to be good at one specific task. An outsourcer is someone who's already professional at SEO or at PPC or at Facebook ads, at web design, and you shouldn't have to train them, maybe in your specific method. So there are experts for video and video ranking and marketing and things like that. So you'll be fine there. Simon would like to see more, Mrs. Star of the webinar. There's a lot of information on the sales page. If not, I'm not sure what to tell you, man. Hit up support. We'll tell you what it's all about. All right, guys, a couple more minutes. My throat's dry, and I haven't eaten yet today. We had over 1,000 people register for this. One of the biggest events I've ever done. Love it. Thank you all for coming. Raj, what is the email for support? I'm going to put it in again for everyone. support@scoperush.com. And yeah, we'll be on until 6 p.m. Eastern, another 3 hours or so, helping you get in and things like that. And I'm going to be updating the members area a lot. New videos, new homework, new handouts, templates, and things like that. Don't forget to join the Facebook group too. All right, guys, I'm going to close this out now. I want to thank you all personally for attending this live training. And it's been a blast. I really appreciate you registering. I really appreciate you showing up early. We had over 100 people that came early and over like 400 people arrived in total. I love it. Haven't had a chance to see who joined in yet, but for those who joined in the chat box and engaged, thank you so much. Don't just let this sit on your computer and be like, oh, I'll take care of this on Monday or Sunday, or oh, I'll think about it. Open the sales page now, read through it, understand what it is that you're getting, understand that if you're interested in clients, that this is something that works and that I've been doing to get 90% of my clients, okay? Dozens and dozens of really high paying clients. So don't let this sit. Don't let this think too hard about it. If you have any objections or limiting beliefs, we'll be happy to help you in the chat. All right. Chris says I'll join after work. Thank you all for coming. Kirk, thank you. Raj, thank you. Chris. All right, guys. Have an awesome one, and we'll speak soon.